hotel, get me the hell out of here.
And I just wanted to come home, see my family.
Things I'll always remember about the return flight was stopping in Ireland, and just when we got the call to get back on the plane, everybody in the airport stood up and started applauding us as we boarded our plane again. And I mean, that just set the tone for coming home.
The time I knew I was back in the US was like the second day I was back in California and I went to a Walmart. I saw an electrical aisle filled with like pristine plastic packaging with white backs and bright colors, all perfectly aligned on a rack running down what seemed like forever, with neon lights on the wall just running down, and everything was perfect. And anything you wanted was there. And then I look back at Iraq and they sold things on a street corner out of old milk crates that was stuff they had taken out of other buildings when they'd been knocked down. They didn't have such things as pre-packaging or brand new. It had been used and old and they had to deal with it.
So much food that I wanted to eat, and that was like all I wanted to, I just wanted to eat some like real food, like American food.
And just to see the plentiful amount of stuff that we have.
You appreciate it a lot more, being over third world country, seeing how people live and the conditions they live in. It makes you really appreciate America.
And then we flew to Chicago.
Trying to get back home to Chicago.
The Marines who stayed behind here had prepared a good homecoming.
It's an honor to go to war, and knowing to come back to a welcome is even a bigger honor.
It's like in any endeavor in life. There's no greater feeling than appreciation for your efforts. I think that's all any of the soldiers and Marines want, is just to know it's appreciated. And in an event like that, you knew you were appreciated, at least by a large number of people.
I remember getting on a plane, landing at New Airport, and hopping on the buses.
Yeah, definitely great for the USO to be here and everybody who turned out. Really appreciate it. It's been a great day so far. I'm sure it'll continue to be.
They had said we're going to have police escort. And I didn't realize how large the police escort was going to be until we actually started getting onto the expressway. We had 6 buses full of Marines with Illinois State Troopers, Chicago Police in the front and the back, and in every neighborhood that we passed on the expressway, more police officers, more police cars would show. So you'd have all the different police departments surrounding the Chicagoland area coming out and providing security for us.
It was a little nerve-wracking. I was a little nervous. I had no idea it was going to be that big.
So to have all these people prepare this for us, for all these people work on this, which is a huge and large endeavor, that to me took me aback.
I tell the Marines always remember things, but I don't necessarily have to tell them that. I don't think any one of those Marines that walked in the Allstate Arena will ever forget that day.
Just tons and tons of cars and people, and so they brought us into the players' entrance, and we're down there, we're getting formed up, ready to march on. We just heard so many people. I took my place in front of my platoon, and they opened up the curtains, the lights went out, and we marched onto the field. And wow, what a great feeling.
The lights, the flashes were going off. I couldn't, see straight. I was so excited for it.
Basically, we're in formation marching, and you could hear everyone. And at the same time, you have your discipline and you have to stay in formation, but there's something inside you that just wants to big smile and just start looking around at everyone.
And hearing the raucous applause, it was pretty amazing.
Left phase, I took the formation from my platoon sergeant. He gave me a salute. I don't thank you. And then I dismissed the platoon. And in an instant, the platoon was swarmed. It was swarmed by all their loved ones, their family.
My parents were there, my brother, my grandparents, and got to see them, and it was an awesome feeling.
Singing for that one moment, and just nothing else matters in the world except your family right there. Seeing them for that first time, it was definitely great.
Great day. It's it's one of those days where will live in your memory as the beginning of your life again.
it was something that I would like to go on for 48 hours, so I could really get what I was out. It just went too fast.
They'll always appreciate this country. That's one thing that you realize when you go to a foreign land is how fortunate you are to live in this land.
What am I gonna do now?
Finish up my paramedics because I had to put that off a couple times because of deployments in school, and then eventually hopefully get into a physician's assistant program.
It was real nice to come back home and have a son and a new house and everything right there waiting for me when I got home. That's really what helped me get through.
I'm just gonna stay in the Marine Corps.
Just enjoy life as much as possible, not necessarily for myself, for those who are unable to come home.
Everything that you enjoy, that you so take for granted in this country, it's not the stuff of paintings and books only. I mean, it really is because of the sacrifices of the few who go forward to slay the dragon. And it just makes you very appreciative that it's been a continuum, that it's not isolated events. It's one history to the next.